Hi, this is Jay Norris, author of Mastering the Currency Market. Welcome to the report. Today's January the 25th. Before we get to the charts, I do need to point out that trading futures and Forex is a risky endeavor and not suitable for all investors. The charts we're looking at are real-time market snapshots and may not be replicated going forward. First market, the Australian US dollar. Aussie USD caught there in that pennant. I guess call that a falling wedge, I suppose. I do know this, knowing what I know about technical analysis, that if you came into the wedge moving north to south, it more likely you come out of that wedge moving north to south. That being said, this is the fun part about trading. This is the exciting part about trading. There is no certainty to the outcome. We're always dealing with an uncertain outcome. So, keep it very simple. A close above our directional lines on top there could spell a breakout on the upside, a continuation of the long-term trend. Likewise, a breakdown below this support level here, breakdown below support, could spell another leg down in that correction. I think either way, you're holding the long-term trend in this guy is still definitely higher. So, take that for what it's worth. I think overall, from my perspective, from a longer-term perspective, you're either going to resume a long position on the breakout above here, or be patient and set yourself up in a long position following a dip. That's just how I look at it. Next market, Euro US dollar. Continued upside on the Euro USD, really something. And that's the power of trends. When the weekly's up and the daily's up, tough to make hay trying to buck that. Given that you can't get a correction on your 4 hour. Basically, we'd that's what we key off of. You can't change the direction on the 4 hour. There's no reason to think that anything's going to change. So as long as this 4 hour chart remains higher, you already have the weekly and daily going. There's just there's one way to it, and that's how we view that. And it is momentum. Momentum does rule, like it or not. If you're going to make money as a trader, you have to heed which way momentum is going and go along with it. In my humble opinion. Next market, here I'm trying to get that chart where we get as much information on there as possible. Next market, the pound US dollar. Big shocker in the pound there. You had some negative news coming out early, and it definitely affected the market. There it is. A big turnaround. And, it was interesting even before you came in today. Arguably your short-term trend was tilting. Now it's definitely down. You're going to get a close below that weekly. This is a real interesting scenario here. You've got to contend with that trend line. Boy, it's really something else. This is an exciting setup to get right here, because what's occurred is the monthly was down, and now the daily's down, and you're below the weekly. Now, keep in mind, you can't really shift the weekly trend until weekend, so awful early in the week for that. But it's an interesting setup here. Let me look at the 4 hour, because you're down on the monthly, you're down on the daily, you're below the weekly. So let's watch this and see how it starts to play out. That 4 hour trend is going to be critical here, I'm thinking. So you could definitely have some room below here on the Aussie. I mean, it's tempting to take a hard look at the short side right now. My day's over. I'll have to get some sleep, and I'll have to come in somewhere around the London Open and see what's going on there. Well, I tell you, these guys trade around the clock, and to cover them, you definitely have to have three good, have three shifts of traders now that'll be good traders. So it's this is one where you know, it's almost tempting to pull an all-nighter and follow up on this guy and see what goes down on those intraday time frames. Let me take a look at the 15-minute here. Yeah, that's going to be worth watching to see which way that comes out of here. So something up with the pound. You know, we talked about the pound before. The pound led on the way up. Leaders on the way up tend to, you know, it's significant when you get a correction of a leader. So we definitely have to keep an eye on that one. Dollar CAD next. And that's just a do-nothing market, up and down, and, you know, really no direction to it. You see you can't clear resistance up above. I think overall you have to respect the fact that you're in a downtrend. You have lower highs and lower lows. So, you know, we talked about that before. I think, you know, an overall target on this guy is going to be 95, a longer term target. You got to get to 98 first, though. But similar to, you know, we're looking at that Aussie. It could go either way. Likely it'll continue to go north to south because that's the way, the pattern to it. But you can't rule out a close above structure above that weekly directional line and maybe a soda pop rally. Soda pop rally, by the way, is when you shake up a soda pop and pop the top, and what happens? Shoots up, lasts about a split second, and it makes a mess on everything. So that's your potential soda pop rally here. Overall, though, I'd go with the odds, and I think you have more downside just because that's the existing price pattern. Price pattern very powerful. Price pattern, by the way, is a reflection of what's going on socially, economically. It's really the price pattern itself is a reflection of the fundamentals, underlying fundamentals. Chief next. A dollar Chief, they're putting the wood to it. That's all right. We've been saying all along that we suspect, I suspect anyway, that you're in the process of a long, drawn-out bottom here. It's going to take a while. It's going to be choppy and sloppy. When you put in market tops or bottoms, generally you're going to see these big, wide price swings. Kind of a swing trader's a good setup for it's a good environment for swing trading. Let me go down to that 240 chart. That's my swing trading time frame. I take a lot of direction on that. Very significant. So when you're in an overall counter trend move, as we're seeing here, you can see it on the higher time frame. The monthly's down and the weekly's up. When you're in a long-term counter trend environment like that, you're really going to key off of that 4-hour chart, that 240 chart. So that's why you keep seeing me go down to that 240 chart. That's the dollar Chief. Now let's go to our good friend, the dollar yen. The dollar yen came off pretty good today too. You had a late dollar sell-off in the U.S. session. Well, even the 82, the figure held there. It looks like. So that figure held. You have support down below. Hey, this is another guy where you're. It's a market where your environment is sideways overall. I'm looking for a long, drawn-out bottom. That could be a messy affair with the quick up and the quick down. So you've got a plan for that. So it looks to me like you're in a mean reversion market here, and it keeps reverting to my daily line there. So if you get a turnaround on the 240. That would be something to look for. You'd key off of that. When you're in these wide price channels like that, pretty wide channel, you want to focus on that 240-minute chart. You're in a more narrow channel, you focus on the hourly. Hey, let's look at the U.S. stock market, and then that's a wrap. See, look at this U.S. stock market. I keep saying this all along, that very little risk in the market, and that's that. The intermediate term trend is up. We know the intermediate term trend is a reflection of the overall risk in the market, the risk in the current business cycle. It doesn't look like there's much risk in this business cycle. We've been saying that all along. So nothing like a slow grind higher. We're having a webinar tomorrow, and I want to put you on to that. We're having a webinar on how to determine market direction. Here, 1 second. Let me get that chart back for you. Let me pull up the site and I'll show you how to get there. Here's our website. Trading University. There's a picture of Al. Al's my trading mentor. Here's our site. You guys know how to get to this site, right? It's trading-u.com. www.trading-u is in the letter u.com. Go to our site. Go to webinars. Go to directional lines and scroll down there below the fold and click on that. And you sign up, and I'll do a live webinar tomorrow where I'm available to answer your questions, and we can talk a little bit about market direction and how important that is to us. So we look forward to seeing you at that webinar tomorrow, and you can get there again. Go to trading-u.com. Hopefully you can make that out. See the URL is, I guess, what they call that, the website right there. And then once you're on the site, you go to webinar. Directional lines, and then down below, and click on that and sign up. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow's webinar day. We have those every other week. So if you can't make it tomorrow, still go there and sign up for the next one. Hey, thank you very much, everybody. I'm Jay Norris. Look for my next book, Mastering Trade Selection and Management, in bookstores in the spring. And we look forward to the spring, and we look forward to tomorrow too. We're going to see you tomorrow then. Thank you very much. Bye now.